Good morning, guys, or good afternoon. The light isn't gonna be great. It's pretty shady, so forgive me if it's dark. It's shady. So, and over there isn't gonna work. So, you guys are just gonna have to bear with me in the shade. Thankfully, she's done vacuuming, so you don't have to hear that noise. It's Arizona, so there's always something going on. Like somebody's always doing something. There's always some kind of noise. So that's just, I'm getting accustomed to that coming from the Midwest. I like my silence. I like my peace and quiet in the morning. And then I'm at my friend's Robert's place, and baby, they will have jackhammers going at 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. And I'm just not accustomed to that. But when you live in the sunshine, I guess people are always doing something at any time of the day or night or whenever. So thankfully, she's done vacuuming the balcony. I guess that's the thing. We used to use a broom, but maybe because in the Midwest we like it quiet. So I actually just wanted to talk to you guys today about I'm not in my car, as you see. I am relaxing my muscles because I've been working out pretty strenuously lately, which is good. I've been on a couple of strong hikes. You guys know I love hiking, and I've been weightlifting, and so you guys know. But I wanted to talk to you guys. I've been seeing a few things today. A few people kind of needing some encouragement. So I wanted to kind of talk about being deliberate and making deliberate choices and moving with deliberate action. It makes a huge difference. Even if you're not where you want to be, as long as you're making deliberate actions and everything you do is a deliberate movement towards your goal, I think that should relieve a lot of stress. We are trained to look for help or handouts or some sort of assistance when the whole time we're capable. We have it in us. And y'all have to excuse me because now that I'm doing the whole horizontal thing, I don't know where to look. So I noticed in my hiking video, it looked like I was looking at another camera, but I think the camera is right there. Whatever, as long as y'all can hear me, I guess that's all that matters. So I'm just gonna kind of look wherever. So excuse my eyes if I'm not focused or looking like I'm looking at you, because I really don't know where the hell to look. This horizontal thing is new to me. So anyway, I digress. What was I saying? We need to also not feel any apprehension about encouraging someone or motivating someone. It may sound harsh, and it may sound harsh to them, to tell them, hey, look, you can help yourself. You don't need a handout. You don't need assistance. Maybe what you need is motivation and encouragement or information. In a lot of cases, we just lack the information or lack resources on where to find information or things like that. But needing handouts and help and, like someone said earlier today, well, somebody to let me sleep on that couch for 2 weeks while I get myself together. Well, you know what that leads to? That's going to lead to you needing another 2 weeks. Like, it's never going to be enough. So now this is going to be another person in your list of people that you backlash because he could have gave me another week. He could have. Well, the weeks are going to be eternal. Like, when are the weeks going to end? When is it going to be a time where you're like, you know what? Thanks. I can take it from here, it's a cycle that we get ourselves in. It's a cycle that we were trained to be in, and then we put ourselves in it, and then we also become enablers. Like I said earlier to this person, because I was talking to this person, and I said, someone could let you sleep on their couch, but that would be them enabling you to be dependent, enabling you to not be self-sufficient when you have the best situation you could be in. If you saying you have ended up homeless, honey, when the going get tough, the tough get going. But we're so used to thinking inside of this little box that we were trained to think inside of, that anything unorthodox, anything outside of what is socially acceptable, what the government deems is acceptable, or even what other human beings deem is acceptable, who gives a shit? At the end of the day, if you're doing things according to how we're told or trained to do it, like all the rest of the sheep, and you notice it hasn't gotten you anywhere, what is your hesitation with doing something totally different? What is your hesitation with doing something that people may laugh at you about? Who gives a shit? People laugh at everybody. Like, what difference does it make? What difference does it make? We get in this cycle and we go in these circles of unhappiness, right? In the pursuit of happiness, all the while being miserable, living in this mundane existence, looking like the cookie cutter houses that you live in, doing the same cookie cutter shit, being in the same cookie cutter miserable ass marriage as your cookie cutter neighbor. And it never once dawns on you to say, I would like to fucking anything. I don't know. For me, it was not work at a salon and to be my own stylist. For me, everything was always beyond what I was trained to do, And it's just I realized it never worked out for me living how in this country we're trained to live. I wasn't born to be a sheep. I'm just going to be honest with you. Even with my name, I was not born to be a sheep. You can put me in a crowd of any size. There will only be one person in that crowd with my name. And you know who that person will be? Me. So I can't do sheepish shit because I wasn't born to be a sheep. So that just never fit me. And in most cases, you probably were not either. So why do you keep living like that? If someone's going to laugh at you, let it be because you are daring to be different, not because you're doing the same shit and you don't look as happy as the rest of the sheep look. That doesn't make sense, But this is the existence that we put ourselves in, and we can break out of it. You don't live in your parents' home forever and ever and ever. So why do you constantly do the same things that are getting you nowhere forever and ever and ever? We're trained to work hard, get that good job, and then what? Be fucking in debt. You get these good jobs, you have these folks with masters and bachelors working in some random ass customer service industry, Now they have all this fucking debt to pay. They're never, ever, ever going to be wealthy. They're never even going to be successful. And I mean successful, like real success, dignity, pride, being able to look at yourself in the mirror and not feel ashamed. To me, that is success. If all you have is money, you poor thing, I feel bad for you. If that's all you have to rely on, if that's all you have to be proud of, is money, then you're probably not watching this video anyway, because what I'm talking about is way above your humanity scale. You know what I mean? But if you're going to do something for any amount of time, let it not be in exchange for mere money. Every, like I've said in my last video, every entrepreneur started at the bottom. They took the risk and they didn't give a damn what anyone had to say about them. If you don't have that in you, then you are an employee, you're in your best position, and you're a sheep, because you're comfortable knowing that if you do this for a certain period of time, at the end of that week or 2 weeks, you're going to get that paycheck. Whether you still have month left at the end of your money, you'll stress about that like you do right now. But if you're the kind to, even right now, if out of your paychecks you're making investments, you take a percentage of your paycheck and you invest it in something that you can be the owner of, you're already on the right track. And I'm sure people think you're crazy. If you've just quit your job to start a business, to pursue, or not even pursue, to realize your dream, to make your dream now a reality, to make your vision now manifested into something tangible, then kudos to you. You're on the right track. You're making the sacrifices now of whatever it is. You may not be able to eat as good as you were. You may not be able to shop as much as you did, but it's only for a short time, honey. Because while the sheep are still going to work and still, begging their boss for a raise, or coming home stressed out, or not having a month left at the end of their money, they know what their future is. Their future is an early grave and a bunch of debt. Your future is a little more uncertain, but you are creating a strong foundation for the greatest payoff that you could ever have. And that is knowing that you're able to create as much wealth as you want. You're able to create that residual income. You're able to have your money working for you, which is the job of money. Like, we're not meant to go through this life dying working to get money. That doesn't even make sense. That's like giving birth to children and then you let them tell you what to do. You look to them for advice. Like, does that logically even make sense? It doesn't. And that's what we're trained to do. We're trained to work for money. And very few, especially us melanated ones, very few of us ever learn that where we're losing is by not learning how to make our money work for us. So live deliberately. Make deliberate actions. If, like some of you say, if some of you are seriously considering transitioning to move into your car, to save money, to start your own business, or whatever the case may be, make sure you have thought it through. Make sure every action you take is a deliberate one. That will minimize your stress greatly. I promise you, because you know what your why is. And that's it. Like that's it, that's all. And you're doing it deliberately. It's not like you didn't have any other options and you were just forced into this. That's why I say it's a forced choice, but there are other options. I had other options to explore and I declined those options, and this is the one that I chose. I had 3 options in front of me. I looked over that one, the pros and cons, I don't want to do it. I looked over that one, the pros and cons, I really am not doing that. So you know what? I didn't even realize this was an option until I explored the other 2 options, and I'm like, I think I'll create this option for myself. And guess what? I have been the least stressed out that I have in my entire 43 years of living, and I promise you that. When I decided to leave corporate America and to make my own way and to learn how to make money work for me, I've been the least stressed out about finances than I have in my entire 43 years on this earth. Do you understand me? So just live deliberate, make your choices deliberate, and define your circle deliberately. You will need to eliminate people. You will need to, even if you don't just cut them off, maybe just you pull back from them. Like on social media, on Facebook, unfollow them. In real life, maybe you don't call them as much or text or talk to them as much, and it's okay. I mean, they're going to have shit to say, but what are they doing? Are they benefiting your growth? Are they an asset or a liability? Yes, people. Are they an asset or a liability? Because if they're not adding to your success, if they're not adding to your growth, guess what? They're taking away from it. And it's just that simple. It is just that simple. We're so emotional, and we need to be more logical. We need to start being more logical and less emotional. There's no place for business, no place for emotions in business. I'm just going to be honest with you. And shit, from what I found, there's no place for emotions in life. Like that shit is for the birds. You be emotional for women when you're pregnant. Once you drop that load, and before you be logical, you be deliberate, and be motivated, and be encouraged. Let this inspire you and motivate you. So I'm going to get off of here and actually enjoy my soak. I really did want to come and talk to y'all from the jacuzzi, because I want you guys to see, especially for those that for my current followers and my new followers, my new subscribers, welcome. I want you guys to see that I still enjoy my life, because I'm still alive and I still have shit to do, I have a whole business to grow, you know what I mean? I have goals that I'm working towards that I need to realize. So, because everything that I've been doing has been deliberate, I want to show you guys that I'm not depressed or sad, and not just because I'm here. Like, you guys see it in my eyes, you hear it in my voice. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. Well, right now I am missing out on quite a few Tech N9ne concerts, to be honest with you, but it's okay. It is okay. Next year, when him and Chris Calico comes here, guess who will be there? And guess whose business will be flourishing? Mine. And I hope that you guys will also. I hope that any decisions that you're contemplating, thinking about, pondering over, finalize your decision. Don't keep going back and forth. Don't keep wavering. We can always find excuses for ourselves. We can always find a reason not to. Just do it. Just do it. Don't even give yourself time to think of a reason not to. Don't give yourself time to think of a way out of it. So forgive me, I'm going to end this abruptly, because this shade, it's been killing me to watch myself in this dark shadow. I was hoping to have some light, or to be in some light, but unfortunately I'm not. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share your little hearts away. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Thank you so much. Peace.